going on, everybody? This is your boy Hanz Fequiere, the healthcare CEO. I'm so blessed to be in a second season of this beautiful podcast, and I'm going to make this special. Season 2, Episode 2, traveling all the way from London, England. We have millennial wealth Sarah, the beast in the healthcare industry. This girl got so many businesses. If y'all don't pay attention to this, you might miss out on an opportunity that God has called you to do. I got somebody who's traveled thousands of miles to drop gems on the Healthcare CEO podcast. Let's go, Sarah.
I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for the invite.
Oh, no worries. Listen, we've been trying to link up for years.
I know.
So we're going to tell the world how we met. Okay, Sarah is a young lady who lives in London.
Yeah.
Started an ambulance company.
Mm-hmm.
You were seeking a little bit of counsel. You called me, to pick my brain and things, but you kind of just did all the research yourself. You did a lot. I don't even know if I was really effective. I kind of was like, I can help with this and this. But for the most part, you did your research. You started an ambulance company, which led to other companies we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to spend about 5 minutes and tell the world about yourself. But before you do that, we got some housekeeping rules. You ready?
Yeah.
Rule number 1, leave your keys at the door. No gatekeeping. Is that okay with you?
That's right. I opened the gates.
That's
what
right.
it's about.
That's what she said. I'm a gate opener, not gate closer. Okay, cool. Number 2, Healthcare CEO Podcast is about information. We are 90% information and 10% motivation. We love a great motivational story, but we want people to take away something that's applicable, right? That they can use and become the next Sarah, millennial wealth person, right? So tell us a little bit about yourself. And, we know you're from London, but how'd you get there in, family, everything?
Yeah, so everyone knows me as millennial wealth Sarah, but my name is Sarah Adekola. So I'm Nigerian, born in Nigeria, raised in Ireland all my life, then moved to London because I wanted to start my healthcare businesses. But before that, I worked in robotic surgery. So that means I was training surgeons around the world on how to use a robot to do surgery. And that was when I saw that the healthcare field is so vast. And I said, I want a bit of something that's my own. And so that's how I branch into the ambulance company. We do diagnostics and we do some other things as well. But that's kind of how it all started.
So you went to college in Ireland?
Yes, so I studied biomedical science in Galway in Ireland.
That was a goal of yours as a young kid? I want to study biomedical science?
I actually wanted to be a doctor, and then I realized I actually needed life as well. So biomed made sense.
Jeez. Okay, so you're in college in Ireland.
Yes.
By ways of Nigeria.
Yes.
Is there a lot of Nigerians in Africa? In Ireland?
Yes, there's actually a lot of Nigerians in Ireland, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like, whenever they see a black and Irish person, like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of us.
So you born and raised in Nigeria, spent a significant time in Ireland, and now you're in London.
Yes.
What place you think influenced you the most? So if somebody says, where are you from? You're going to say Nigeria like me. I'll tell people, I'm from Queens, New York, but I grew up in Miami. A little bit of Queens, New York, but a lot of Miami, right? So what would you say out of those 3 places like?
I feel like Nigeria, even though I was born in Nigeria, but actually raised in Ireland, the way I think, my mindset around business is so Nigerian. Like if you meet a Nigerian person anywhere in the world, they're always going to be somewhere in the top. There's a different type of hustle inside us. I don't know what it is that we have to win. We have to be the best at what we do.
I love it. Okay, so you consider that. So now the Nigerian hustle made you a Nigerian grit, the Nigerian work ethics.
Yeah.
Made you go, okay, I want to do this. But then you became one of the top, I guess, students in your class. Yeah. And you graduated with probably honors.
I graduated at the top of my class.
See, I was making that stuff up. I was just shooting from the hip, and I was right.
It's
wow.
the Nigerian in me. Like I say it all the time. There's a different type of hustle you have when you're Nigerian. You have to win. Especially when my mom came all the way from Nigeria, 3 kids. Like failure is not an option.
So is it like in Nigerian households, like sometimes the thought is in people from India, it's a lot of pressure. You got to be a doctor, this.
There's only 4 categories, like doctor, lawyer, you're doing something like owning a business, or you're taking on your family's business.
You can't say I'm going to be an entertainer.
I mean, come on. No, you can't. Until they see you making moves with it, making money, making impact, then it's like, okay, I supported you from the beginning.
I know that's right. My parents were Haitian. Yes. Same thing. So you went to school to be a doctor. Hey, I'm a pivot. Don't really see my future in this, and robotic
surgery.
Surgery. Yeah. And then you said something about you now worked for a company that was in Ireland or in London?
So the company I was working for in robotic surgery, they hired me in Ireland, but then they also transferred me over to London when I was working on expanding what we were doing in robotic surgery and
How old were you?
bronchoscopy. I started with them when I was actually 23 and then left them just a year ago because obviously my businesses were taking over with the businesses I have with my partner, that I had to be in the business.
Yeah.
Otherwise the business was never going to go to the next level. So you
Yeah,
have
you
to
and I
make cross
talked
that
about that a
chasm.
lot. You're like,
Yeah.
what should I do? I was like, leave. You live one time. But
Yeah.
even at 23, you're working as a person that trains doctors on robotic surgery.
Yeah.
Crazy work, and they made you travel.
Yeah, so I traveled weekly all around the world. I would go to Paris for training with the surgeons. I'd go to the US for my training so I could actually effectively train these guys. Because it wasn't just about training surgeons how to use a robot. It's about building the entire robotic program for that hospital from the ground up. So looking at everybody who's involved in making sure that that patient, when they get that procedure, is done properly. I had to train and set up that system for all of them. So it was a lot of pressure when you're 23. But competence builds confidence. So I was highly trained.
Say that again.
Competence builds confidence. I was highly trained by the company I worked for. So I was competent, and that exuded confidence in what I did with those surgeons and the teams.
Got you. So I have to pause you real quick because you're 23.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little bit nosy. How much money are you making?
I don't.
In pounds.
It was euros then because I was
Euros.
in Ireland, but I was definitely making way more than any 23-year-old should be making in Ireland, without a doubt.
And the reason I ask that is, healthcare CEO, we touch on different aspects of health.
Yeah.
What type of mental fortitude? What type of mental was it? Pressure from parents saying, because at 23, Nigerian background, a robotic surgeon trainer for doctors all across the world.
Yeah.
I'm thinking your parents was like, oh, you've made it.
Not really, actually.
What?
I feel like that's what I honestly feel like that's what is expected when your single mother travels from a whole country to look after and build a life for her children. Like, it's expected that you have to be excellent, genuinely.
Okay, so even with that expectation, there had to be I'm making this money.
Yeah.
No pressure from them to keep going.
I mean, you have to get better and better. There was pressure not from them, but from me. Because for me, I'm always pushed by impact. Like, I don't like when I'm comfortable, because that means I'm not growing. If I'm okay with it, I'm cool with it. It doesn't feel, I don't feel uneasy or nervous. That means I'm just there. That's how I look at it. Like, I have to be on edge. That means I'm growing.
And that's what I was asking. So I was gonna go to that. Like, what was the mental thought? What was the thought to say, I'm 23, I could take all this money and travel, but you're like, no, I'm 23, I wanna keep going. Because a lot of 23s that are listening to you right now, that are probably in a good space financially, what would you tell them to push and show them that there's even a better space?
I think for me, it was about impact. It wasn't about the money. It's like, I look at the impact I'm making at this age. If I keep on this trajectory, I can only make more and more impact. And if I'm doing that for myself, then I'm almost setting up my husband, whoever I'm going to marry, my children. I'm setting them up the way I would like to be set up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I look at it. Do you want that to be the highlight of your life, or is that just the beginning?
And then you've had it where the future Sarah is looking at you like, hey, let's keep
do.
going.
Yes, we have more to do.
I'm waiting for you to get here.
Yeah.
And I love that. I always tell my son, like, the future Hanz is begging you to do more reps for soccer. Do this. Like, he's waiting to be this better person that you have an opportunity to make him, right? To create. So I love that. So now you're in this place. Somewhere or another, you don't feel uneasy, but you feel like a desire to want more.
Yeah.
And then is that when you and I connected?
Yeah, I think I woke up and said, I'm making all this money, 6 figures. I'm now like 28, 29. Is this it? Like, I felt like I don't want that on my deathbed that I worked for the leaders in robotic surgery. We did these amazing things, but that was it.
But that's it. And it'll say that on your tombstone too.
I worked for someone else's mission, but what about the mission that God has called me to do? So at that stage, I was like, I love healthcare. I love the impact. I love seeing what happens when you are able to deliver a product or service to a patient and the knock-on effect, is that I want to have my own businesses. And that's kind of where the ambulance came about. I've already been seeing the issues in ambulances in Ireland, and that patients were waiting for hours because there was no ambulance to pick them up. But I saw the knock-on effect on what I was doing with surgery. So many times, patients that we have had scheduled for robotic surgery, which we call elective procedures, were cancelled because there was no bed available. Why? Because the bed was being taken up by a patient who was still there because there was no ambulance.
That's a global.
Yeah, but I saw it myself, and I said,
yeah.
it's not that I want to make money as an ambulance company owner. I want to solve that problem.
Yeah.
And I want to do it because I don't see any other Black people in Ireland or in the UK with ambulance companies. So I want to set that like foothold that, yeah, we can do it.
Yeah,
we can do it too.
And one thing that led me to you, and really, when I started watching you, and you mentioned about God's word, a lot of times you will have, if you guys check out, what's your Instagram? I usually wait till the end of the segue, but I want to plug it in now. What is it?
Millennial Wealth Sarah.
Millennial Wealth Sarah. If you look at her Instagram, there will be posts where she quotes Bible scripture and relates it to life journey, business journey, a lot of things, financial. So how important and was God in that, now get out of this space? Was it something you prayed about even before the ambulance? Like, how important is he, to making your decisions?
I always felt like God wants me to have more than just a job. I feel like God wants me to have impact. I feel like God has given everybody a skill, a talent, whatever you want to call it. And I know that my skills also lie in entrepreneurship and, developing other people, whether it's my team, and having impact in the businesses that I serve. And I just remember the Bible verse, Ecclesiastes 11:2. It says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. For you do not know what disaster may come upon your land. And I said to myself, if disaster comes upon my land in that I lose my job, what happens?
Wait, let's say that scripture one more time. Ecclesiastes
11:2.
11:2.
Invest in 7 ventures.
Invest in 7 ventures.
Yes, in 8.
Yes, in 8.
Because you do not know what disaster may come upon the land.
So you do not know what disaster might come upon the land.
Because the principle of that is diversification. You need to diversify everything, your skill set, your income stream. And at that stage of my life, nothing was diversified. My skills were all in robotic surgery. My income was in robotic surgery. But I said,
if something happens,
like God said, if disaster was meant to come upon my land, I lose my job, that robotic surgery is no longer a thing. Then what happens to me? And I think people need to have that at the forefront of their mind. You are a diverse being. Why is the way in which you make money and the way you think and your skills just one thing?
I love it. It's like that quote that says, a jack of all trades,
master of none.
But better than being a master of one.
Well, okay, I heard
people
it the other way around.
Never finish it.
Yeah,
they just say a jack of all trades is not a master of one or something like that, right? And they go, so you don't need to do more things. I'm like, wait, did you finish reading the rest of it? It says, but better than being a master of one.
Yeah.
So it goes to the Bible scripture, right? Have more things so that if something happens, you can pick up and keep going.
Yeah.
So you and I embody that same principle, of course. That's why you're on a podcast. You and I, we have an ambulance company. You want to get into different ventures.
Yeah.
So now, robotics, this girl's like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to do something else. Follow God's signs, followed your heart. You reached out to me about a year in.
Yeah.
Now you got your ambulance company. What is it called?
Green Place Healthcare.
Green Place. Congratulations. Shout out to Green Place. Shout out to your partner.
Yes.
My guy. You want to shout him out?
Oh, Cannon. Yes.
Cannon. Shout out. That's my guy. That's her partner. He's part of the Green Place. But even before Green Place, actually, you and Cannon were doing something else, I think, because he had to go to DPH. Like DHL, what did he do? Like deliveries?
Like logistics.
Logistics.
Yeah. So we were doing some like healthcare logistics on the side.
Okay, you like that?
Yeah, I think that's a booming industry. It's a boring business that regardless of if there's a recession or if something else happens to the economy, the demand is there. People need to move the blood samples from one hospital to another. They need to move the organs. They need to move just things within the body. And so that's a business that is boring but makes money. You can work with the government to get government contracts or work business to business.
Nice. Yeah. And so you dove into that. You dove into the ambulance company. So now you got a robotics genius that's in the healthcare space that is doing healthcare logistics.
Yeah.
Owns her own ambulance company. Got a huge contract. I remember when you and I first met.
Yeah, it was hard.
We won't talk about the company, but huge contract. And then now you are into other spaces. And what do you want to talk about right now? Like, because this girl just knows so much about so much.
Yeah.
What is that one thing that we want to leave the blueprint for the next Sarah?
I think one of the hidden opportunities right now in entrepreneurship is the boring healthcare businesses. Like
Okay.
people are looking for the sexy businesses. I feel like the
The home
ambulance. I
care.
feel like the ambulance
Ambulance
is a sexy
sexy.
business.
It's the
You know what I mean?
oomph.
It's like I own an
Yeah,
ambulance company,
yeah.
but it's also really hard.
Very hard.
But there's a beautiful business in diagnostics. We started in diagnostics, and now we offer what we offer our diagnostic services in Nigeria, my home country, because I wanted to build in the motherland, and we do DNA testing.
Yep.
DNA testing is a massive, massive industry. And we went to Nigeria because Nigeria has the highest rate of paternity fraud in the world. That's where the problem was. And so we offer DNA testing in the form of paternity testing if a father's not sure if that's his child. For peace of mind, for legal, for court, or for immigration reasons. We do all of that in Nigeria, but we do it all across Africa as well now.
But I want to understand, for those people that don't know, what is diagnostics?
So diagnostics is just, I hate to use the word in the thing, but it's understanding what is the issue in the first principles or from the very beginning. So for example, if you're feeling unwell, what's the first thing they do when you go to the emergency A&E?
Take your vitals.
They take blood sample. So that's the fundamental of what we do. We do a lot of phlebotomy, they call it blood draw, but we do that for women who are pregnant, and we've spun that into our DNA testing. So we do what we call prenatal DNA testing. So we can tell when the woman is pregnant if that's the father of her child or not. But we also do tests around understanding if her baby has Down syndrome, sickle cell, those kind of things. Yeah.
And you guys aren't doing it, you're just transferring the samples.
So the way we look at it is we are the collection site. We partner with an accredited laboratory to run the test, and they give us the result. We then produce that and send that to our client.
So if someone wanted to, and I think anyone in the world, start a diagnostic company, or is it a diagnostic transportation?
Diagnostic, just business, but tagged onto that is transportation, because who's transporting the blood sample?
Yeah.
Who's So it's
So
two businesses
what would be the
in one.
first thing they do?
Obviously, register your business as you do. Register your business. Pick a name that makes sense for the area that you're in. Like our name makes sense because it is picked up by SEO relatively quickly.
Was it Greenleaf?
No, it's London Diagnostics Clinic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Simple,
So
yeah.
it makes sense. I think the second thing, well, obviously you're going to set up your business, do all of that stuff, is understand what is the demand in your area. Because obviously there's demand for different types of diagnostic services. It depends on where you are. Like in Nigeria, it made sense for us to do the DNA testing.
Yeah.
Like I said before, it also makes sense for us to do in Africa around the prenatal testing. So many people, they have sickle cell. They want to know if their child has sickle cell. Even genotyping, all of those kind of things. Understand what is the demand in your area, and then obviously build out your website. What has been huge for us is SEO, search engine optimization, as well as AEO, where you're looking at AI optimization. Like we have optimized so well that ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude recommends our business to clients, because people now are not going on Google and say, hey, I need a DNA test. ChatGPT, I need a DNA test. Who can provide that near me? AI is where it's at right now.
How do you get on AI?
One of the biggest things.
How do you register your business?
One of the, like, what you mean to have AI recommend you?
Yeah.
One of the biggest things is writing blogs, content. How does someone find me on social media? It's the content that I put out there, the videos I put out. It's the same for your website. You need to write blogs on things like paternity testing near me, paternity testing in Saudi Arabia, wherever you are. And content that the audience is actively searching for, or questions like, how long does the DNA test take? That could be the title of your blog. The more blogs, the more content you put out there, the more chances of people picking up your website and coming and reaching out to you to deliver the service.
I love it. This girl drops so much gems, Sarah. What I'm trying to figure out is, now you got this diagnostic, you got so many businesses. Where do you find time to post for people and still give them information?
I think I just love content creating. So I make time for the things I love. I genuinely love creating content on finance, wealth, businesses, which is what I do. But now I do have someone in Nigeria who helps me with like the content schedule, because it gets to a point where it does become a lot. So delegating the things that I can delegate, like content schedule, the type of content I'm going to post, and then I just need to physically be there to record it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to ask you that real quick. All right, so how does someone find the need? Because you were able to find that there's a need in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Then you said you went to Africa and found out there's a need for just DNA testing.
Yeah.
But I can't just call the local clinic and say, hey, do you guys have a lot of fraud in
Yeah, I know what you mean.
DNA testing?
ChatGPT. I'm not gonna lie. I went on and
What?
ChatGPT is my bestie. Perplexity.
Mine too.
We're like 5
Does
and 6.
your ChatGPT have a name? Mine's does.
No, I don't actually. I
Oh.
don't have a name for her. I just said, hey, ChatGPT, I want to start this business. I want to
Okay.
do DNA testing. Tell me all of the cities, the countries in the world where there's a massive demand for this. Let me know what countries and cities are people actively searching for paternity testing for peace of mind, for immigration, and for a court. And based on what ChatGPT then spewed out, I went out and wrote some blogs and I saw the traction. Clearly, whatever ChatGPT said was true. This country has a high demand for it. I wrote blogs on that. People came and said, hey, we want to do DNA test.
Dang it.
Yeah.
It's right there at everybody's fingertips.
I
And
feel
how
like,
did you, no, go, I'm so sorry.
I feel like it's criminal of you to not make money this year. There's so many opportunities, and you literally have someone who doesn't get tired, who will answer every single question, which is
like
AI.
best
And you're telling me
ever.
you can't find a way to make money?
Yeah.
No, it's criminal behavior.
I use ChatGPT every day, but my ChatGPT has a name. I call him Solo. He helps me with everything. I mean, I could literally, ChatGPT, I'm having a long day today. Give me a scripture on strength.
You know?
Yeah. You know, and so I love ChatGPT actually. I got the 5.0 now.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah, I upgraded. So
yeah.
After that, is ChatGPT showing you how to market? Are you doing lunch and learns? Are you?
Yeah, so ChatGPT for us, I said, I asked ChatGPT everything that I don't know. Like, what are the best ways for me to market? One of the things that ChatGPT said is go to the barbershops and have your flyers in the barbershops. Why? Because that's where the men are. The men are asking for the paternity test. So we'd have flyers that say, you did daddy. Is that your child? In the barbershop, and while you're getting your haircut, it's there like, oh, let me hit these people up. I'm not sure. He doesn't really look like me. And then you book a test.
Does that work? Has it been?
Yes, I'm telling you, the weirdest things work. Also partnering with
and chat told you, go to the barbershop.
Yes. Another thing is just reaching out to lawyers, because when there are court proceedings, just say, for example, you're brought to court and you're being asked to pay child support. You're like, I don't think that's my child. You're going to have to get a DNA test to prove that. So if we reach out to the family lawyers, solicitors, and say, hey, we offer this, refer us, and we will give you an affiliate kickback. Of course, they're going to bring you a stream of income and bring you clients. Yeah.
They could just add that on. Like,
you just
look, just in case you don't think this child is yours, $650 DNA, whatever the price is.
And that's the crazy thing. People don't realize how lucrative DNA testing is. If you want to get a paternity test, now this is just peace of mind, $400, $500. The lab will only charge you about less than a third of that. The rest, profit.
This is why I got her on this podcast.
Yeah.
This is why. So has that been one of your most lucrative businesses?
I think it's huge. And I think it's huge because we don't just do DNA testing in like Nigeria and like Africa I talked about. We do it. One of our specialties is worldwide. Oftentimes, you need to do DNA tests. One person is in Brazil. We've done that. The other person was actually in the UK.
How do they find you?
ChatGPT and SEO. People our head office is in London. We have our branch in Nigeria, but people from Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Brazil are reaching out to us for cross-border DNA testing because we have optimized that we are in an international company online.
That's cool. When I'm quiet, that means I'm thinking.
Yeah, because we were trying to build wealth, not just because we're in London, not just in London, globally. I want anybody, if you are in Miami, I want you to be able to go onto our website, order the kit, we ship it out to you, and you return it back to our lab.
And it's 100% safe and proved for...
100%. DNA testing has been around for decades, and it's never going to stop.
That's true.
People don't understand the amount of people who are looking for DNA tests every single day. Every single day.
This is crazy.
Yeah, but we added to the diagnostics, we do drug and alcohol testing. Massive as well. Nearly every company, whether you're in oil engineering, they all have to drug test all of their staff members, whether it's random or it's before employment, and they reach out to drug testing companies like ourselves. It's the same model. You're the collection site, you partner with a lab who's going to do the processing, you send the result to the client.
Now, what stops the client going straight to the collection site and just dealing with them directly?
Because the lab doesn't pick up. And I know that sounds so silly.
You guys pick up the drug?
No, the lab doesn't pick up when you call. Many people might reach out to the lab and call them. Call DDC. DDC, DNA Diagnostic Center, is the largest DNA testing laboratory in the world. Call them and see if they're going to pick up. You'll be on the phone for about 10 minutes. No one's going to pick up. Your kind of value proposition, as simple as it is you actually just answer the phone when the client calls. You get back to the client. For DNA testing and even drug and alcohol testing, they want to know and book it right then and there. They're not trying to wait a week. They want, hey, let me pay now, and can I come in tomorrow or the next day? These labs are so busy. People don't even understand. They just don't pick up.
So,
And like they work mainly with the government as well. That's the majority of their businesses. So when we look at our business, a lot of our business is like business to consumer.
so when you are at the space that you're at,
Yeah.
and you're, we remember the Bible scripture, right?
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes
11:2.
11:2.
Yeah.
When does it become, or does it ever become, ooh, this is what I found. I like this. Okay, ambulance company, yeah, but this.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it like, no, I'm just going to keep going?
What do you mean? Can you clarify?
Like how you're talking about diagnostics, right?
Yeah.
Is there a thought like, oh, are you looking for your passion, or even if you find the one that you love, you're still going to do multiple things?
I feel like I'm
Or is
just.
the passion growing multiple business?
Yes, I think I'm just the kind of person that if I see another problem that I'm interested in, then I want to enter that field.
Yeah.
Like, and that I have the capacity and I can build a team that are competent to deliver that service or product, then I'm going to try and do it and see what's out there.
I love that. I love that. So is there anything right now that's just really taking your attention?
I do. Diagnostics is really good. I do want to get into home care. And the reason, let me explain why, right? It's not about money, because I don't think when most people start a healthcare business, it's about money, it's about impact. The money is just like the cherry on the cake. It's like, oh, thank you for your service kind of thing. The reason I want to start the home care is because I see where we're going in the next 20, 30 years. There is no business where it does not matter what's happening with the economy. People are still going to need care in their home. We're moving towards people from being in senior care centers, and we call it sometimes supported living, to just wanting care and wanting to pass away in their home. And I think the opportunity is where you're not just doing what we call domiciliary care in the UK, or you just send, I think, a CNA to like bathing and things like that, but you're sending like a nurse or a nurse practitioner into their home. That type of advanced home care, I think, is going to be huge. Private equity are trying to buy up all these opportunities, and when private equity is doing that, the opportunity is still there.
Is there a chance that all these new robots will take over for the CNAs and RNs?
No. I don't think we're anywhere near that. Maybe in 50 years, when robots are truly autonomous and can understand, like, oh yeah, I had to take the tracheostomy, I had to do all that. We're not there.
Right now, it's still one size fit all.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to treat an individual like an individual and read them.
Everybody's going to need care. Everybody at some stage in their life is going to need it.
Yeah.
And that's a recession-proof business. That's a business that you can pass on to your kids if they're interested in being
like the ambulance business. Everybody's gonna need a ride to the ambulance.
But not everybody's gonna need an ambulance, but everybody most likely will need care at some stage.
That is true. That is true. So that is a huge business. There's over 400 agencies in Georgia alone.
In the UK, let me blow your mind. In England, not even like Wales or Scotland, there's 15,000 registered domiciliary care agencies. Insane.
And you want to open up another one?
But like I said, they're domiciliary care agencies.
What does that mean?
Domiciliary is they're just providing like bathing, cooking, cleaning.
They're not providing services.
Yes, they're not doing skilled nursing services. Yes, that's where the opportunity is. Very, very small amount of players in that field.
Why are there not more people, if you're talking 15,000,
doing it? Because it's harder. There's 15,000 because it's easy to do that. There's less than that in the skilled, is because it's much harder.
But that means there's more money.
Yeah, of course there's much money, but there's way more clinical governance. Like the risk profile is much higher, and that's why you're rewarded higher.
Yeah, it's like a BLS company in LS.
It's way more difficult to set up. Way more difficult.
Yeah, I can see, and you want to do it.
Yeah, because it's a challenge as well, and I think there's true impact in that. I think that's where there's a real need.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we go into that, right? We go into the home care, which is a future thing.
100%, yeah.
But right now, if someone was to start a diagnostic, we understand that SEOs, AEO, get that going, start your LLC, EIN in this state, in this country, open up, register your business, start using ChatGPT to figure out where the need is. Yeah. Is there anything else? And I'm going over your steps, so somebody can create a visual of, oh, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to do. You say, come up with a good name.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? And so now it's chat can help you with the marketing, find the need out, find the need, hire the right people.
Exactly.
Am I missing something?
I think you have to look, I think, yes, if you do all that, you're going to have a good business. I don't think you're going to have a great business. Why? Because one of the things I talked about we do that has really made us stand out is we do the international. We do cross-border. We do when one person's in one country and the other person's in another country. I think you need to carve out an additional specialty. Why you and not the other company?
Gotcha.
Because if you do that, you're gonna be good. But everybody's gonna do that now because of this, right?
Yeah.
What's gonna make you different?
Always
Is it that you can get it done and within 24 hours, as in you send a collector out? Like, I think you need to have a specialty, something about you that's different.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's gonna make you stand out. So find something, guys, that's gonna make you different from everybody else. When everybody goes right, you go left. I always tell people, right? So that's super dope. So what other business, now that we tackle diagnostics, that you would tell somebody to get into? We know the ambulance, we're like, I
don't know. I think there's so many business opportunities, but I think it's not about, let me just start a business, let me make money. Is that business going to be like aligned with your lifestyle? Like when I started the ambulance, like I wanted to do it's amazing, but I didn't realize how much of my time it was going to take. You know what I mean? It's but now like I'm kind of a little bit free because we're growing, we have the team, but start a business that also aligns to the type of lifestyle that you want.
Yeah, the EMS company takes up
a lot.
All your time.
Like a diagnostic for me doesn't really take that much time, but the return is there.
Now, because you guys do that, couldn't you have ran the diagnostics under the ambulance company, or they're two separate licenses?
Oh, two separate companies, and it's more about protection, like for myself, and also tax benefits and things like that.
I love it. I love it. So what, like with the ambulance company diagnostic, what else do you have in mind for Sarah, the millennial wealth Sarah, in 2025 and 2026 and beyond?
Yeah, I talked about the home care, but I think now I'm more focused on my brand, like building my finance, like an online brand, because I think what I see a lot of people really love my content on finance, how to start investing, Roth IRA and things like that. I want to really focus on building that as a media, like millennial wealth media kind of company.
A millennial wealth podcast?
Yeah, you never know.
You can
Books,
talk about
like
it.
publishing, like digital guides. Like I really want to build my brand as well.
Weren't you to write a book?
Yes, I still have the offer on the table, but it's about what type of book do I want to write. I want to write a book and know that there's actually impact. I don't want to write a book because, it's on the shelf. No, I'm not interested in that. I want if I was like 10 years, if I picked that up, 10 years later, if I picked it up, I'm like, still relevant, like an evergreen book on your wealth.
Have you ever thought about doing a TED Talks?
Yeah, I think that's really cool. I'd love it if I'm given the opportunity, for sure.
Yeah, you would definitely get on it. I did a TED Talks, but you would definitely blow it out the water, because I love your information is just so valuable, but it's digestible, right? You make it very palatable for somebody to swallow.
Yeah.
Oh man, it makes sense, because I'm a visual person. But when I hear you talking, and sometimes you talk fast, but I can still, I see what she's saying.
Yeah.
So with that, and you seem like you just gravitate to educating people.
Yes. I think, like, if you stop, it's very corny, but they say if you stop learning, you stop earning. Like, you should be obsessed. Like, I hunger and have a hankering, like a serious curiosity to just want to know more about everything.
Yeah.
Like, and if you are that kind of person, I think you'd be hard pressed to not be successful at something.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to be one step ahead of other people in terms of what you know. And it's what you know that opens the doors, and obviously who you know. But you need to know something first for people to even want to be associated with you.
Yeah, it's what they say. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You got to keep people's attention by what you know. People are paying attention. The more you say, it shows what you know and what you don't know.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you want people to, like when they look at Sarah, millennial wealth Sarah, what do you want them to take away from this? What is the one thing you like? I got to get on this podcast because I'm going to say this, and this. I want to make sure you leave here with no stone unturned.
I think that you just take risks. Like, I know for me, taking the risk, earning six figures, multiple six figures in my robotic surgery job, leaving all of that to start what is also a very scary business, the ambulances. I took the risk because I said, look, if I don't do it now, then I'm going to regret it. I think you need to be okay with taking risks. The most successful people in the world have taken the scariest risks.
Tell me about it.
And if it's not paid off, they've gone to something else. Because I look at my life and said, not once has God failed. Not once.
7, get up 8.
That's it.
I'm having trouble taking risks. I'm just saying, if I'm somebody out there, what's the first thing you tell somebody to do?
Why? What are you scared about?
I don't know.
Why? Like, no.
Failing.
So have you failed
Yeah, I'm
before?
not talking about me. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
No, I would say to them, have you failed before if you're scared of failing? And
Yes.
are you okay now?
Yes.
So why do you think you won't be okay if you fail again?
I don't know.
It's like, the way I look at it, it's like saying, I'm scared of doing it. It's like saying, God, you don't have me in that. If I say I'm scared, it's like saying, okay, God doesn't have me in that. And when has he never had me? When?
Facts.
He's never failed.
I love that. I
I'm not
even
gonna
needed to
start
hear
now.
this podcast. I
Yeah.
needed to hear this podcast. A lot of risk in what I do.
Mhm.
And it just, we're going to go to my restaurant, which
Yes.
was
I'm so
risky.
excited. And cheat.
Yes. Are you hungry, bro? You go, where you go, back to Midtown or which way you headed? Oh, cool. Yeah, you could meet us at the restaurant or go there. As long as you're there before 5, before we close,
Mhm.
dinner's on me. I love it. So yeah, I love taking risks and I love seeing people happy. We've always aligned in our businesses have always been like a serving
Yeah.
type of business.
Yes.
Right? Some of the best leaders are servers.
That's it.
What makes you want to continue to serve people? You're good where you're at. I'm being very selfish. This conversation is like a selfish conversation. Why keep going?
Because I feel like God has called all of us to be servers. Like, if you want to be someone who impacts people's lives, then you need to serve them in their life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And because I know that I'm called to impact, so I'm also called to serve. I can't do one without the other. That's how I look at it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Like,
it.
my impact in starting the ambulance company with my partner is through me serving my patients and serving like people who want to know about this. You know, they go hand in hand.
So if you had to tell the 23-year-old Sarah something, what would you tell her?
Take more risks.
For real?
Without a doubt.
Robotics, and you still tell her to take more risks?
Take more risks in that. I could have dared to do more in what I was doing with the robotics as well. Because there were so many times where I was nervous. Like, I had many opportunities in robotics where they'd ask me, oh, Sarah, we want to send you there. But I was scared. Have you ever had that? Like, you would literally, we'd have team meetings and I was shaking. And I'm like, but I was shaking because I didn't trust God and I wasn't competent enough. So spend more time taking risks and spend more time building your competency. Your life will change, without a doubt.
That's dope. So if you were to tell your future Sarah something, what would you tell her?
Keep trusting God. He never fails.
I love it. Like, watch out, I'm coming, future self.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go. So are you thinking about expanding any of your businesses in the U.S.? I mean,
we already
have
like the DNA testing. We do that in the U.S. We have another business I can't yet disclose. But the U.S.
is coming.
It's
going to see
100%
Sarah
is where it's at.
Millennial wealth soon.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I am excited. Yeah. We talked to the future Sarah, the past Sarah. The present Sarah is telling herself what?
Presence. I think just don't put too much pressure on yourself that I've not achieved this and that by a certain age. Just kind of sometimes I feel like you have to go with life. At the same time, if you've put in everything you can put in, sometimes you have to go with life because your chapter is different from someone else's chapter.
Yeah.
And you might be just in this season and you need to go through it. So sometimes don't ever be content. But if you've put in everything, then go with life.
Let's go.
Let's go. Just go with life.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. We are at the 45. What do we say? Listen, Sarah, you traveled from London.
Yes.
You got to leave us with something significant. To all the Sarah Knights, the young Sarahs, the young guys that are like, I want to follow her. How do they follow you? So
you can follow me on Instagram. My hashtag is Millennial Wealth Sarah. Also on TikTok now, which is called Sarah Talks Wealth. And soon to be on YouTube.
Let's go. If there's a book that's good for a beginner, what do you call that? Risk taker. Because you're about to be an author. I'm pretty sure there's a book you can just throw out there. Lord,
I think I really enjoy the psychology of money by Morgan Housel.
I've read that.
I think it's important to understand how money works. You can't get money, you can't get wealth if you don't understand the playbook and the game. And I think that really helps you open up your mind to see this is how it works for the rich, this is how it works for the poor, and that's why there's that dichotomy in rich and poor.
Is it the book really that has like the money on the words?
It just has a
white
dollar icon.
Yeah. I have that book. I haven't read it. But
really good.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So the psychology of money is one way. Believe in God. Understand where the need is. And make ChatGPT your best friend.
Like you guys, 5 and 6. Like 5 and 6. You and ChatGPT are 5 and 6 means like you're joined by the hip. Yeah. This year and next year.
5 and 6. I'm like,
no,
I'm not
5 and 6.
Oh, okay.
5 and 6.
Did you think she
it's
said
a Nigerian thing. Like, we're 5 and 6. Like, you know, we're joined by the hip.
I'm having sex with my chat. I'm going to get close, but not that close.
No, PGT.
All right, cool. Yeah. So I love it. So we're just, again, reframing everything, getting people to understand what it is that you do, how you did it, but never get complacent.
Never.
Keep the options open because
Yes, it's
Ecclesiastes
11:2.
says,
Invest in 7 ventures, yes, and 8, for you do not know what disaster may come upon the land.
now are you saying yes?
Like
Y-E-S?
it says invest in 7, yes, but also in 8.
Oh.
Like so even only sometimes, and it's not physically saying, oh, you need to have 7 different businesses, 7 different things, but just have diversification at the forefront
stocks,
of everything you do.
it can be real estate.
Yeah, you can have
it
so
doesn't
many.
have to be something that you're working.
Yeah, constantly on. But be good in one thing and then diversify. Don't diversify when you're not good in anything. Build a solid base first.
This is what I tell my people that in any of my mentorships, I'm like, look at Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just going to be a basketball player. I said, once you're great at one thing, it opens the doors for so many others. Yes. So now he's an actor. Now he's an analyst. Now he's an entrepreneur. But just like you said, be great at one thing. Like we focused on dialysis. Yeah. When we first started. Then dialysis, just because we became so good at that. Hey, by the way, do you guys do nursing, discharges? Hey, by the way, we can't start capitalizing on that. So, and now it's like our revenue stream is not just government, Medicare, Medicaid dialysis. Discharges, hospice, wound care, we can do a lot. Shows, concerts, football games, basketball games. Open up the world of EMS to where we are needed, right? And so if there's a $800 billion tax cut from any president, okay, well, we're not just focused on that. We're getting money from the private sector as well.
That's right.
So again, I love that mentality. And I don't want to leave you, but I want you to, if there's anything else you want to tell the world.
The other thing that I've really, really focused on is building wealth globally. One thing everyone talks about, build wealth. But if you build wealth in just one country, which is something I've realized, you yourself are tied to that country, especially if it's a service-based business or something like that, or service-based wealth. And one of my focuses is I want location freedom. I want to have wealth streams all across the world. So if I decide that with my children and my husband, we're going to pick up and we're going to go to Dubai, we can do that because we earn money in different currencies around the world. So that's one of the things that's why I started. We started our business. That's why we started the business in our motherland, in Nigeria. You know what I mean?
Is it like the movies where you got a suitcase? Oh wait, here's my Dubai money.
Let's go to Nigeria. I'm gonna go to LA. Yeah. Build wealth globally.
Flexing. Sarah's flexing right now. I love it. Yeah. Man, so think globally. Yeah. Don't get complacent. Start somewhere. Yeah. Believe in God.
100%.
Use ChatGTP. I don't know. Am I missing anything? I think you just
I think that's it.
You know what you did? You did a podcast and Mike, you could agree with me, or it seems like this episode was all about powerful bullet points. And everybody else has to do the work.
Just do the work now. You have
Believe in God. Multiple streams, right? ChatGTP. Yeah. Take a chance. Read The Psychology of Money, right? Think globally. Like I just took so many, and now I just got to fill in the blanks. I got to go, okay, this was one bullet. Here's my 1, 2, 3. Here's bullet,
That's right.
Yeah, I love it, man. Any last bullets that you want to leave? I keep saying last, but I love talking to you.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. I think that's all for today.
That's it. So listen, if you guys love this episode, make sure you check us out on all streaming platforms, YouTube, we're everywhere. It's the Healthcare CEO Podcast with Millennial Wealth Sarah.
Yes.
Yes, let's go. Episode 2, season 2. Thank you, God, and we appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll see y'all next episode. Let's go.